Hello, this is Mara Jane, and you're listening to The Unseen Perspective. Hello, and welcome back to The Unseen Perspective. I'm your host, Mara Jane, and this is my co-host,
Hi.
Mary Flowers, and we're just going to talk about how college is going for us today. So it's our third week of classes. We just finished our third week of classes. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yay.
And so, yeah, I feel like it's been flying by, kind of, but also going slowly at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I was just saying how I don't remember anything that happened this week because my brain is off.
Yeah.
So.
This week in particular, I don't know what it was, but it just kind of happened.
Yeah, I'm just going along.
Yeah? I mean, how are your classes going, though?
Oh, they're going pretty good. On Wednesday, one of my classes was canceled, and it was my last class, so I got to come back here an hour earlier.
Nice.
It was really nice.
I don't have one of my classes on Monday, but it's like one of my middle classes, so...
Oh, you get a longer break.
True, but I don't know. It's a 2-hour break, so I don't know, like, should I come back here or, like, just hang out at the library? I don't know. We'll see. But mostly classes are going pretty good. It's kind of weird because I'm in an 8-week class, online class, so at the end of next week I'll be halfway done with that already.
Nice.
And then we'll be a quarter of the way through the semester.
Yay! I have a paper to write that's due next Saturday.
I have a test next week in my logic class.
Ew. I had a quiz today in my Zoom class.
How does that work? Do you just, like, do it on Canvas?
Yeah. It was like an online quiz.
I wish that was just how everybody did it, but people, like, my entrepreneurship class does paper quizzes.
Ew.
Because people cheat or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, that's fair.
Yeah, but, like, I can't see.
Yeah, but, like, I get where they're coming from. Like, you know, trying to prevent cheating. Because it's so much easier in today's age.
Well, I get to take them online as an accommodation, so
Ooh,
I guess I
nice.
shouldn't be complaining.
Exactly. It doesn't impact you at all.
But I don't know. I just think it's easier to do things online. Well, some things.
Yeah.
I'd rather just not have to read with my eyes at all. Well, actually, that's not true. It's okay when it's short stuff, but when it's long stuff, I gotta pull out the screen readers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I listen to all of my textbooks. Like, I could not, like, since I'm an English major, I have a lot of reading. So I have to rely on audio, which is a lot easier, actually, than one would think. Like, I thought it was going to be really confusing and annoying and difficult, but the app that I use for 90% of my textbooks has an audio feature, so it's okay.
One thing I don't like about reading is, like, having to find quotes for stuff.
Oh my gosh, that sucks.
You know, and, like, it's hard to explain to sighted people, but we just don't have the faculties to, like, scan a document and, like...
I think it's so funny how, like, teachers are like, oh yeah, just skim. I'm like, I can't skim, like, genuinely. Like, I have to zoom in and, like, I can kind of do it, but it's just not as beneficial. So, like, I have to zoom in and then I don't get, like, the whole passage anyway.
The process is just so much longer and more difficult. And so at this point, I just have to tell my teachers, I'm like, can I just, like, reference specific parts of the text instead of quoting it, because this is difficult.
Yeah. I can quote, it just takes longer.
Yeah.
And I have to utilize the search feature on my textbook app.
Oh, yes. See, that's available sometimes.
Yes, but when it's not available, I'm like, ugh.
For one of my classes, I've been doing a lot of readings, and it's, like, scanned PDF documents.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
insane.
I've been using Seeing AI to like scan the scans of the PDF, or scan. What am I saying? Scan the scans of the book.
Yeah.
And then have it read it out loud to me page by page,
Ew.
which is annoying, but it's like the fastest way that I can do it.
Can you not select the text and read it?
No.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
Because it's a scanned document, so it doesn't like detect the text.
That's annoying.
Mm-hmm. It is annoying, but that's not the case for all my classes, so that's good.
That's good.
I am gonna get tired of the computer voice reading to me though. I remember that happened last year when I was in biology. I read my biology textbook that way, and I just felt the life and the energy being drained out of me because it was just computer voice all over and over again for all this reading.
That is how I'm getting kind of with my textbooks, because I have to like read actual novels for one of my classes. So I have to listen to this voice read a lot. I mean, it's not bad, it's better than nothing. It's not great.
Right. I'd rather do that than read with my eyes, but still.
And then there's one of my textbooks, I can't understand it with the audiobook, because it's poetry and analyzing the poetry. So it just doesn't compute. So I have to actually read it. But it's okay. We're kind of shying away from the textbook currently. Like, our schedule is really weird in that class, because my professor kind of threw us off into the deep end, and then when we're like, dude, we don't understand this, she like redid the entire schedule. So, which is nice, which is great, we're chilling, but it was a lot at first.
You know what I'm glad I don't have to do anymore? Annotating.
Ew.
Ugh. You ever tried annotating with a visual impairment?
I've never annotated, actually.
What?
Yeah, I've never had to annotate anything.
We had to annotate a novel every summer in high school, and we had to like do articles and like during the school year, and I hate it.
Perks of a public school. We didn't have to do any summer homework.
I guess. Oh my gosh, it was awful. Because like, I remember I got like a 7 out of 25 on my sophomore reading assignment. Now,
Ew.
I get good grades. That was not a good grade.
No.
I don't think it was my fault, because, you know, I just can't see it. Like, it's hard to explain to sighted people, but annotating is a very visual task, so it doesn't really transfer that well to like when you don't have vision, even if you do have accommodations. So yeah, I feel like there could have been another way. They could have been like, oh yeah, just type it on a separate document. Well, that's what I did my junior year. I think that was awful. I read Unbroken, which great book, by the way, but I like read it on my Braille note using the audio feature for some reason, and then I typed notes on a separate document, and I did better, but
I
still,
feel like
it's just
it's not that these things are impossible. We just have to find different ways to do them.
Yeah, be creative, and not get 7 out of 25s on our assignments.
That too.
I had to, to make up that grade, I ended up having to, talk to the teacher so she could, make sure I understood the book. It was that bad, I guess.
Wow.
And I had both my older brother's books to reference off of, too. So, I don't know what the problem was, but apparently I did not do a good job.
Wow. I'm very sorry that you had to deal with that.
That was Lord of the Flies.
I've never read that book, actually.
It's alright, but I don't know.
I think it's in the freshman curriculum at my school. I think what my teacher was doing is she was trying to do new curriculum my freshman year, because it was after COVID. She's like, oh, fresh start. So we read great books my freshman year. The other classes after us never read those books, but we did.
Sad.
I read Animal Farm, Macbeth. What else did I read? It was a fun time.
I kind of remember what I read in high high school, but not. I remember my summer books because we read the summer before freshman year. We read this awful book called A Separate Peace, and then we read Lord of the Flies, and then I read Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand ? And senior year was Uncle Tom's Cabin. So that was. I think the books got better as we went along for the most part. But, and then I read some good books during the school year too, like In Cold Blood. I read Romeo and Juliet my freshman year.
Ew.
Our Town. Yeah, I didn't like that one. But, what else did I read? I feel like I read a lot more than that. I'm just like, high school seems like so long ago now.
Yeah. I remember my sophomore year we read To Kill a Mockingbird. That was such a good book.
I never read that.
It's so good.
Every time someone says it though, I'm like, oh yeah, like the Hunger Games book. Because I keep thinking Mockingjay.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, no, that is not a Hunger Games book.
I was so jealous because the freshmen that I was TAing my senior year, they read The Hunger Games, like the first one. And I was jealous. But I got to read it along with them, so it was fun.
I read The Giver in middle school, and it took me like a super long time because I had to do like Braille reading tests. It was with in my Braille class is why I was doing it. But it took me so long, so I just ended up like reading it outside of class and finishing it. But oh my gosh, it's such a good book.
I read that book in 6th grade. It was very good.
I think this was like 7th or 8th grade.
Oh, okay. I think my junior year, I read Tuesdays with Morrie. It was it made me cry. It was such a good book.
You know what book makes me cry? Where the Red Fern Grows.
That book is also, I didn't read that book until last year. Like, you've been telling me to read it for years. I finally read it last year. It was pretty good.
It's very good, but it's very sad.
Yes.
I read it in like 2nd grade.
Oh, I know.
I had like a full-on like mental breakdown because of it.
Yeah, and then she comes to KSSB. She's like, guys, you gotta read Where the Red Fern Grows. Where the Red Fern Grows is so good. It's my favorite book. Where the Red Fern Grows.
We also read Wonder, but I remember like nothing about it.
You know, I remember starting that book. I've seen the movie, I think. No, I haven't seen the movie, but I've read the book. So I read the book, and I like barely remember it, but I know I enjoyed it because I read it through Read to Go, and I remember all the chapters had like little pictures of the people.
Yeah, I do not remember it at all. Like, I should probably reread it because it's like an iconic book, but
yeah, it's so good. You know what books are really iconic and great?
What?
Magic Treehouse.
I never read those, but I always had them at my house.
Yeah, I read them in elementary school, and they were so good. Also, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It was a really good book series that I loved in elementary school.
You know what book is not good? The Chocolate Touch.
I also read that book.
If you want to be traumatized, read The Chocolate Touch. I don't like it. It's traumatizing. He like kisses his mom and she like turns into chocolate.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Now that I think about it, I wonder what kind of chocolate it was. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate.
Bro, who cares? His mom died.
Okay, but you know what? I just thought of it. I mean, we always assume everything is just milk chocolate. At least that's how I interpret it.
Yeah, because milk chocolate's the best.
But there's also other chocolates. Like, I love dark chocolate. It's my favorite chocolate. And there's also white chocolate and chocolate with almonds. But I think the 3 main types are milk chocolate, white chocolate, and dark chocolate.
I hope you know that I'm imagining just different women's statues with the different types of chocolate that you're saying.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I didn't want to be traumatized again.
Okay, well, back to more books.
Okay.
Good books.
Okay.
What other books did I read? I read Frankenstein junior year and I hated it.
Oh yeah, I read that senior year. It was okay, I guess.
Yeah, it was. I I did not like it. My English teacher loved it. She's like, guys, I love this book so much. And I'm like, I don't. You know what books I like? What readings I also didn't like? The Odyssey and Beowulf. I just had to reread Beowulf for one of my classes. It's fine. I just don't like it. It's too long. Weird language.
We read like the Aeneid and like the Iliad and same sort of stuff. And yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff.
The Odyssey is so boring. Like, I like some parts of it, and like I understand the concept of it, but Epic the Musical is so much better than the book itself, because like it's 2 hours and not 1,000,005 lines.
Yeah, I do not miss that particular area of reading.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I remember we had to read on like this online website that was like, I think it had audio, but it was weird. There's like assignments on it too. I forgot what it was called.
We did this thing.
Actively Learn.
Oh my gosh! I was just about to say that. We did Actively Learn too, and I hated it.
Did you have to use Turnitin.com?
I don't think so.
We had Google Classroom, but we had to submit our assignments on this other website so they could like check for plagiarism.
That is ridiculous.
It was so annoying.
I think, yeah, that was just, I went to a 1A high school. I don't think they cared that much. Or if they did, I don't think they had the funds to care that much.
Well, I thought it was weird, but...
Not to hate on my high school, it was a great time, but...
Yeah, I went to St. James.
I did not.
And apparently they really cared about plagiarism.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you guys had a lot more money. Like, a lot more.
Private school. Yay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That just makes it more expensive for us.
Yeah. I just went there.
Yeah. I don't know. No matter where I went to high school, it was high school. I'm glad it's done. But it was an experience. I read some good books.
True.
But I didn't read the Hunger Games books until like last year.
It's okay, same. Well, actually, no. I read it 2 years ago because I read them at the same time that the class was reading the first Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
I read all of the Hunger Games books in the time that it took them to read the first one. Because we had a break in the middle for Christmas because we didn't finish it before Christmas. So we come back and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to finish the Hunger Games. Meanwhile, I had read all of them besides The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because I was still waiting for it to come in.
Mm-hmm. And Sunrise on the Reaping. That was a good book. I loved that book.
That book made me feel things. You know what book also made me feel things? I just finished it. The Notebook. Oh my goodness.
I need to read it and watch that.
The movie will crush your soul.
Oh boy.
The
Fun
book
times.
will also crush your soul, but for a different reason.
Oh. Yay. A variety of soul crushing.
Yeah. I just really love books.
Me too.
Books are amazing. Reading, well, actually, no, I finished reading this book. So, no, I'm still reading this book. So for my class, I'm taking this class and we were reading a bunch of novels. I just finished Catcher in the Rye, like a week ago. It was wonderful, really good. Right now I'm reading Jacob Have I Loved, and it's so good. I have like 5 chapters left, I think, and I'm finishing it by Monday because we have to talk about it on Monday. It's a very good book.
I never heard of that.
Neither have I.
See, you know what people had never heard of? The Underland Chronicles. And this was what I had instead of the Hunger Games when I was a kid, because it's by the same author, Suzanne Collins, love her. But it's like the best book series ever. Mary doesn't agree, but it's my favorite.
It's not horrible. It's not bad. Like, objectively, it's not bad. I just don't. That's not my genre. I'm more of a psychological thriller type. Like, my favorite author is Frida McFadden, and I love her. My mom and I have read all of her books.
Yeah, I love fantasy violence and sci-fi stuff.
I don't.
Like, I'm a Trekkie, and that's what I need to do. I need to finish the Star Trek novels. How many people have read the Star Trek novels? I'm such a nerd. Proud of it, though.
Yeah.
The Star Trek, the novelization of the first new Star Trek is so good.
Okay.
Totally random, but it's so good. There's also some good ones that aren't based on the movies, like the Vulcan Academy Murders, all the random Q books that exist for some reason. And now I'm going off on my nerdy rant, but yay, books. I also love Star Wars books.
I think I read half of The Phantom Menace.
Weird.
Like, I remember getting the Star Wars books on Read to Go, at least the first one. And I remember reading it, because I had to read it, like, we had free read or whatever in class. So I was reading the Star Wars books.
As you should.
I think this was, like, in middle school, because it was after I watched all the movies, because I remember the summer after my 7th grade year. I watched them all, because you told me to. And this was before the 9th one came out. I haven't seen it. I don't think I'll ever watch it.
It's not that great.
Yeah, so I've heard. So I read The Phantom Menace. I just never read any others.
I've reread that book so many times. I feel like it's my comfort book. Am I weird for that?
No, the parts that I read were pretty good.
But I have this like audio version on my book player, and it's like this dude. And now I have like certain audiobook readers' voices that I find like really nostalgic now. So I like listening to their books because it like makes me happy, and it reminds me of my childhood.
I don't reread books. I don't think I've ever really reread a book besides Harold and the Purple Crayon. I've read that book a million times.
Well, yeah.
Such a good book.
I like to do it because then I like notice things that I didn't notice on my first read.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm gonna have to reread books as an English teacher. Like, I'll have to. It'll happen eventually. But
I also just like I know I enjoy this, so like I like to experience it again.
fair enough.
You can follow us on Instagram at The Unseen Perspective 2024. And if you have any feedback for us or episode ideas or questions, you can email us at theunseenperspective2024@gmail.com. And you can follow us or subscribe to our channel on Spotify and YouTube. And we would appreciate that. And also, thank you for tuning in. We hope you'll tune in next time. Bye. Bye.